Alrighty, what is going on, everyone? GZTV, you know. Give me a second. Rolled my fucking ankle playing basketball yesterday, so been a little slow on my feet. I literally went and hooped today. I don't give a fuck. Hoop is life, bro. But got a really cool opportunity coming up for the channel. It's going to be a part of New Music Friday. We will be dropping our first entry tomorrow. This is the first time someone's DM'd me asking me to react to their stuff and post it. Besides Parrish Universe, I don't know if you guys remember that, but anyways, put that to the side. We had some basketball on tonight. Obviously, March Madness is gearing up for a Thursday kick. Let's get into the NBA first here, because it's going to be a while before I cover it again, if I'm being completely honest. But you get the Thunder and the Magic here. Really good game. Obviously, the Thunder are favorites out west, and the Magic are having a good season. So you knew this was going to be a good game. Alex Crusoe tried to block a shot with the shoe. Apparently, that's not legal, which I don't know why it wouldn't be. Whatever. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, though, throughout this entire season has been unbelievable offensively. Obviously, they had to play some good big men, a good front court for Orlando, and a guy like Wendell Carter Jr. Shout out to Duke. But, you know, like I always say, what do good teams do, man? They win games. That's not something I say. Why is this not working? That's interesting that the audio is not working. That's alright. We don't have to have audio for this. We can just get through these highlights, get through the box score, and then we're going to talk Cavs and Bucks, and then we can get into the first four games that took place on the night. Tomorrow night, I will be discussing I might make two separate streams tomorrow. I don't really know. Maybe not, though. If I have time to talk NBA, can. But I'm going to be making my official bracket tomorrow night. Look at Wendell Carter. I'm going to be making my official bracket tomorrow night because I want to see who wins the first four, because I think that genuinely matters. Like, obviously, we're going to talk about NC State versus Texas, but that's a matchup factor for BYU. That's going to be an interesting one going into the first weekend, the first round, I guess. Those two teams are very good. Texas, NC State, I guess either way can make it tough for BYU. I don't really know, man. And then tomorrow, Miami, Ohio, and SMU. I think I want Miami, Ohio to go to the tournament because of how good of a season they've been having, but SMU is a better matchup, a more difficult matchup for whoever they're going to end up playing. I actually don't know who that is quite yet. I haven't looked super deep into the bracket. The 16 seeds, like, for the first four, I understand why, like, you wouldn't really give a fuck, but I don't know, you know. Let's look at some things here. We're going to take a look. I don't know where my audio's at. This is really strange. We'll figure it out. I mean, these are on, right? Wait. Okay. I think I'm going to get a video out tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure, though. Let's look at this Thunder team. You get a 20-12 game for Chet, which is amazing. Shai Gill just put up 40. Shot 60% from the three-point line. Really good rebounding. Fantastic perimeter defense. One thing that goes overlooked often with how good of an offensive player Shai is just his perimeter ability, especially on the defensive end. And he showed that this game for sure. You know, he can guard just straight up. He's lengthy enough to get in the passing lanes. I love watching him play. 16 points for AJ Mitchell, a solid three-point shooter for this team. So there you go, the Thunder. You look at the Magic. I think the Magic played really good, and they're continuing to play really good on the year. 32-10 out of Paolo Banchero while shooting 50% from three. He's passing the ball at a high level. 13 points for Tristan da Silva. Now, not the most efficient, which sucks, but that's fine. 11 points for Wendell Carter. He wasn't the most efficient, but the guy can grab rebounds. You get a 16-point game for Desmond Bane, just a pure offensive guy for this team right now. 14 for Jalen Suggs. Don't love him as an interior guy, but he knocks the threes down. He hustles on the glass, passes the ball around. And you even have a guy like Javon Carter, who put up 11 points off the bench. Again, he's not super efficient all the time, but, you know, just kind of nitpicky things. I guess Jet Howard could have played a little better. Maybe slide some more minutes to guys like Jamal Cain or Mo Wagner, and those two are much better three-point shooters, I feel like, to an extent than Jett Howard. Shout out to the Michigan alum. But maybe try to play Jace Richardson. I don't know. They got to try some things out. I mean, obviously, with Thunder, is just a tough team to beat regardless. But let's get into the next game. The only other game I feel like talking about is Cleveland versus Milwaukee, because Milwaukee's on the cusp. They only have a couple games to really play for this year. Obviously, they're playing a fantastic Cleveland Cavaliers team. But Evan Mobley and James Harden lead the way. The Cavs beat a shorthanded Bucks. The Bucks have been shorthanded all season. You got to get over it eventually. They won by 7 here. Obviously, Evan Mobley, great scoring night, one of his best rebounding nights of the season, and James Harden is also just an absolute menace on the offensive end. And this is what good teams do, man. Anybody can step up. Jared Allen has a good stretch of games. Evan Mobley can have a good stretch of games. Sam Merrill can come out there and play. Jalen Tyson, this team's got guys. They have a 3-game trip here. They get somewhat easy pickings against Milwaukee, but it was still a competitive one. Obviously, Evan Mobley is just such a presence. You're playing guys against Pete Nance, shout out to Pete Nance, who's a lob threat, but you have Dennis Schroeder, who's really tough, and KPJ's been really giving it his all for this Bucks team this year. I respect the hell out of what KPJ's doing in Milwaukee, but dude. The Cavs are just the Cavs. They're a fantastic team in this organization, or in this association, I guess. I need to check. I don't. George Peretti. I'm confused. You know? KPJ, I mean, he's just such an athletic guard for that Milwaukee Bucks team. Sam Merrill. Good pass. I mean, that's phenomenal. And shout out to Max Strus. I mean, he hasn't been playing crazy, but they finally get him back after what seems like a whole season of missed action. I'm sure it pretty much has amounted to that. But yeah. Here we go. You look at the Cavs, 27-point game for Mobley, 27 and 15, and not only that, he plays very good defense at the rim. 27 for James Harden, 70-50 splits. This guy's been phenomenal, and he's been an attribute to winning ever since he got there. Grabbing boards, passing the ball, playing better defense on the perimeter than he has in the past. And you get 19 for Donovan Mitchell, who's grabbing boards. You get 17 for Sam Merrill, who's shooting 50% and grabbing boards. This team's really come together. You look at the Bucks, obviously. You get a 25 and 10 out of KPJ. I don't love how he shot the 3-ball this game, but very good interior scorer and a very good athletic defender as well. 19 for Ryan Rollins, not the greatest interior guy, but he was knocking threes down. 19 out of Bobby Portis. He's not the greatest interior guy, but he's knocking threes down. He's grabbing rebounds. 13 for Pete Nance, who shot 75% from 3, grabbed some rebounds. Just a very good presence for them to have. Good at the rim defender. 19 for Ousmane Dieng. He's found a spark with this team as a rebounder as well. But obviously they're missing a lot of pieces. Kyle Kuzma certainly struggled in this game, only shooting 25% from 3. And they made the adjustments. I mean, they gave those 3 bench players I just mentioned minutes, and even AJ Green's going out there and playing. So it's whatever. But Kyle Kuzma's got to be better in place of Giannis just not being there consistently. I guess we could talk about or preview kind of some of the games tomorrow, even though I'm probably going to be covering a lot of college stuff. But my Celtics, we're contending for a title, and I know the Warriors have about 5 to 10 games yet to figure out what they're going to do and what their identity is, but I think we got that in the bag quite easily. And then you have the Thunder, who are favorites out west, playing a team seeking a number 1 pick with the Nets. Give me the Thunder. And then you have a very much needed easy game for Portland with about 5 or so games left to figure out what they want to do. They're playing a team that's basically going for the number 1 overall pick. Give me Portland. I know the Bulls have a couple of games to figure it out maybe, but they're playing a good Toronto team. Give me Toronto in that one. The Timberwolves are a fantastic team in this association, and they're playing a team firmly in the lottery driving seat. Give me Minnesota. Clippers, although they've been mediocre, they get the chance to play a team that's kind of out of it with the Pelicans, and they're going for a lottery pick. Give me the Clippers. These are kind of shitty games, I'm not going to lie. Atlanta having a good season. They're playing a team that's in the lottery with Dallas. Give me that. The Nuggets are fantastic this year. They're playing Memphis, who's in the lottery. Give me Denver. Maybe I'll do a playoff prediction video when that comes to it, but LA's playing Houston. I mean, damn, that's going to be another really good game. Must-watch game. So do that. Let's get into some college ball. We'll preview the tomorrow games. I'm not going to look at the bracket yet because it's not time for that, but let's get into it. Let's first start with the UMBC Retrievers, which, by the way, is an insane mascot. Playing the Howard Bison, we know Howard has quite the reputation recently as an athletic program and as an HBCU, and they come out here, they get their first ever March Madness win. They've had a couple bids into the tournament, but this is their actual first win in the tournament because the first 4 counts. I mean, they hold off UMBC by 3. This is the first 4 game. Obviously, you look at a guy like Bryce Harris, who is a fantastic scorer and rebounder, shows at this game, hit an insanely clutch jump shot with 15 seconds left. And shout out to Blakeney, the coach for the Howard Bison. Obviously, he's a Duke alumni. He went to the NBA. He's very much turned this program, maybe not even around, but like turned it up a little bit. So, first NCAA tournament in program history. Victory, yeah, see. Obviously, UMBC's final shot came up short. That was a pretty chaotic ending. I'm not going to lie, that got kind of wild. It's crazy. A lot of these games share the same thing. Like, you get somewhat of a lead, and then the other team, it's just such a momentum game in March Madness. DJ Armstrong Jr. hit that crazy shot, and he missed the game winner, but, like, Caden Diggs is fading away. You get Osei Koji was incredible for the energy and hitting tough shots. Obviously, Howard opened the game with a 9-0 run, but that doesn't matter, man. There's 40 minutes of basketball. I think that's kind of the beauty of Marth. 17 points. Again, he wasn't getting it done on the interior, but his 3 balls were falling, and he was grabbing a lot of rebounds for the team. You get 11 points for Ace Valentine, shot 50% overall. Very good two-way player from looking at this game. Again, I didn't really watch UMBC or Howard going into the tournament. There's certainly other like mid to low major teams I paid attention to come conference tourney time. These 2 teams were not one of them. Caden Diggs at 15. Kind of struggled from 3, but was very good on the inside and just a hustle guy. Grabbing rebounds, playing defense all over the floor. But unfortunately, you get some pretty empty minutes from a guy like Josh Odunowo. And you have guys like Riley Jacobs that can play. He's an efficient interior guy. They gave minutes to Caden Diggs, so shout out to the coach on that one. But, like, Cougar Drowning is very efficient on all 3 levels of the floor offensively. Definitely could have gave him more minutes. So, I don't know. Obviously, it's not like, you can fix this going forward. No, you're done. But there you have it. 16 points for Cedric Taylor. Really good rebounding this game from him. You get a 23-point outing for Osei Koji, which is great. 60% shooting, made all 3 of his threes, grabbed a lot of boards, and just a monster game for Bryce Harris, right? 19-14, 50-75 splits, passed the ball a lot. 11 points, very good minutes for Tre'Vale Benson off the bench, 50% three-point shooting. You love to see that. Moving on to Texas and NC State. The Texas Longhorns, man, I'm very happy. I like a lot of guys on this team. They have a Lithuanian guy, Matis. Cannot remember his last name, but him, Jordan Pope, Darlin Saint. I can't remember. Like Tremont Mark hit that insane shot. Obviously, shout out to the NC State Wolfpack. Shout out to Will Wade, who's a coach for McNeese. Definitely got a big-time offers and took one with NC State here. Shout out to Quadir Copeland, just such an explosive lob threat type of player. But man, Dalen Swain, yeah, he's great. Love him again. Tremont Mark breaking away, just such an energetic player. But yeah, Quadir Copeland. Shout out to the guy that used to play at Texas Tech. I can't remember his name. Darian Williams. He's amazing. He's a great player. I don't know if he's going to get drafted because I think this is probably one of his last years in college ball. He's a senior. I don't know if he's going to get drafted, but maybe. He's really good. I really like him. A very good team out of the ACC with a strong roster. They just couldn't get it done against Texas. I think Texas was too big of a team. Matis Vokatitis, I think that's his name. Man, Kendall Weaver. Like, this team is very talented. I might actually pick them over BYU now that I think about it because they're so talented. There's so many good players here. I mean, Matis Vokatitis put up 15 points, grabs a lot of boards. He's such a big dude. Gets to the line more than anyone in the SEC. That's great. You get 13 out of Dalen Swain, just a solid three-point shooter. Definitely had a lot of turnovers, but they put the ball in his hands a lot. He even had the game-winning shot. He's out there grabbing rebounds. He's hustling. He's playing defense. You love to see it. Tremont Mark, Tremont Mark had the final shot, sorry. Tremont Mark had 17 points, 50-40 shooting splits. He's all over the place. He's a rebounder. He plays defense on all three levels of the floor. He is one of the best defensive players on this team. And it's great. I love it. He can block you at the rim. He can play you at the perimeter. Cool stuff, man. 11-10, by the way, for Kendall Weaver, who's a 6'4" guard. That's unbelievable. He shot 60%. He was playing defense. I mean, golly, the Texas Longhorns, man. They look good. I'm telling you, BYU's going to have a problem. Sean Morris, I think his name is. Is that their coach's name? I think it's Sean Morris. Longhorns basketball coach. Who is it? Sean Miller. Yeah. So, NC State Wolfpack put up a decent fight. I mean, you get 21 points out of Darian Williams, and he wasn't the most efficient inside. Definitely could have made more shots there, but he shot 50% from three. Overall, just a good offensive player for this team. You get 11 points for Paul McNeil. He struggled inside, but he made some insanely big three-point shots, like some Curry-type shit. I couldn't fucking believe it towards the end of the game. 16 points for Quadir Copeland, and he's not the most efficient offensive player in the world, but don't be surprised even with them not making the tournament if his draft stock gets high, because the guy can rebound and he can absolutely positively defend on the perimeter. He is great. He rips the ball, he gets in the passing lanes, he's just so aggressive. Obviously, you'd like to see more out of a guy like Van Allen Lubin, who did foul out at some point. Obviously, he's a good rebounder, solid big, but yeah, I mean, they're not really that deep. If I'm being honest, if we're talking NC State, like, I don't know. They don't have a lot of good scorers. I mean, obviously, Darian Williams, McNeil, and Copeland's a good big three, but they don't have the size. They don't have as much talent as Texas, and that's kind of what happened. Moving on to tomorrow, because I actually might have time to react to this song on YouTube that this guy sent me, but you have Prairie View and Lehigh. I don't know anything about either of these teams, but CJ McCollum went to Lehigh, so I'm going to root for Lehigh. Fuck it. Miami, Ohio, and SMU. I know SMU is the probably more talented team, maybe? Maybe? Yeah, but, like, I want Miami, Ohio to win, and I think they can get it done, dude. Obviously, Boopie Miller is fucking amazing, but, like, I know it's the MAC, but 31-1, and any Even if you are the shittiest of teams, that is, you could be in the Horizons League. That's insane. So I think that's all I have. Again, tomorrow we'll cover those first four games if they're both good. I mean, I'm not going to cover a blowout game. I'm not going to do that for any of the March Madness action, but if we have time, or obviously we will get into our bracket, and then if we have time, I will talk about the NBA games because it is somewhat important. Like, the NBA is winding down for the playoffs. There's a lot of games that definitely matter here, so we'll definitely be looking at that. Teams are kind of tanking, though. It is the end of the season, which is why we didn't have as much to talk about tonight. But